Hey, Liam Ward here at LearnTheHarmonica.com. Today we are looking at a really common problem for harmonica players when a note won't play. Now this is most common by far in a couple of areas on the harmonica. So the 2 draw might be a problem note for you, and then also the high notes, especially the high draw notes, 7 up to 10 draw. So the first thing that we need to think about is, do all your other harmonicas work on those holes? So let's say you've got loads of harmonicas and they all work fine apart from a specific harmonica. In that case, it's probably a problem with that given harmonica, and we'll get on to that in a minute. But what's most likely is that you'll find the 2 draw or the higher notes won't play on any of your harmonicas or all of your harmonicas, or you've probably only just got one harmonica in the key of C and the 2 draw won't play or the high notes won't play. If that's the case, then it's almost certainly to do with your technique. And I would say I get questions about this all the time, and 99.9% of the time it's just to do with technique. So the next question you need to ask yourself is, do you get out of breath very quickly when you're playing? You know, you only play for a few seconds and you're feeling yourself filling up and emptying out. And if you do find that, then there's a problem with your technique. So how do we correct that? Well, what happens most often with beginner harmonica players is they play too hard. They breathe too hard. So you'll be heaving, as I call it to my students. I say breathe, don't heave. So by heaving, I mean you're kind of pulling the air in and then you're forcing the air out. It's kind of like this gale force wind in and out. Now you need to stop that straight away. And what you need to do is instead think about breathing deep but soft. So we're trying to get the air down deep, but we're not forcing it in at all. We're just allowing it to come in. And we're also trying to lose any tension here, because if you're slurping the air like that, you don't need to make the stupid noises, but if you've got that shape, then it's really not going to happen. That note is always going to sound horrible. So I'll give you an example of bad technique first. So if that's the 2 draw. It's not going to work. Way too much tension here and I'm forcing the air. Whereas if I just breathe gently, fill my lungs but not with any force, and I relax everything here, and your 2 draw should sound exactly the same as your 3 below. They're the same note. It's the only repeated note on a standard diatonic harmonica. This is a key of C. 2 draw, 3 below. So that's a really good test for whether you're getting that note right. The higher notes, you can find the same problem, and it comes down to that tension. So what often happens, instead of getting like a honking foghorn sound as you do on the 2, with the higher notes, often they just won't play, or you'll get a high-pitched squeal. So if I force it again, like that, I don't even know if my mic will pick that up, hurt my ears. And the more you force it, the worse it will be. So again, relax. Think of just bringing the air in, not forcing it in. As relaxed as I can be, and immediately it will sound a lot better. Now that is the case 99.9% of the time, as I say. If that doesn't work for you, then it might just need some more time. You might have to practice this day after day, because it's not an intuitive thing. But if you're finding that weeks and months go by and you just can't get it to work, or as I said earlier, If it was a case of it's only one harmonica that's not working, then the next port of call is probably just a bit of cleaning, simple cleaning. So sometimes you don't even need to take the harmonica apart. You can just use a cocktail stick or a toothpick and kind of get in there, but you have to be careful because there are reeds that you could catch on. So if you do want to dismantle your harmonica and give it a proper clean, then I have a couple of videos on that. One of them is a fast forward, just really quick one. One of them is a kind of half an hour thing where I really go through it in full. I will put links in the description below, so check those out. Now, if you do that, clean your harmonica, there's nothing in there, and it's still not working, as an absolute last resort, maybe speak to the store where you got the harmonica from. But it's so rare, and I know harmonica distributors and harmonica shops that have people complaining about harmonicas all the time, and then there isn't a problem with them. So I want to detract you from, or you know, discourage you from this idea of sending it back, because that is a last resort. It's probably just fixable with the first steps that we talked about. So I hope that's helped you a little bit with any notes that aren't playing properly for you. If you'd like step-by-step lessons as a beginner, then check out my beginner course. There's a link beneath the video to find out more about that. And if you've enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe. I put out free harmonica lessons every single week, so if you subscribe, then you'll find out about every new lesson that I put up, so good for you and good for me as well. Let me know in the comments how you're getting on with your playing, and how you're getting on with getting those notes nice and clean, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Cheers.